Imagine 15,000 years ago, you're standing on a snow-covered plain. In your hand, a wooden spear with a stone tip, and in front of you, a mountain of flesh and fur, 5 meters tall at the shoulder, 4 tons of weight, tusks longer than you are tall. A mammoth. To us, it's just a museum exhibit. To Stone Age people, it was life and death. How do you hunt an animal 10 times your size? What weapons, what strategies, and why would you even try? In this episode of Prehistoric Nightmares, we'll reconstruct a mammoth hunt step by step, based on real archaeological evidence. No speculation, no Hollywood effects, just what science has proven. Let's go. First, let's meet our opponent. The woolly mammoth, Mammuthus primigenius, appeared about 400,000 years ago. And yes, it was truly massive. An adult male reached 3.5 to 4 meters at the shoulder. The largest individuals up to 5 meters. Weight 5 to 8 tons. That's 2 SUVs stacked on top of each other. Tusks up to 4 meters long, weighing nearly 100 kilograms each. They were used for defense, for fighting rivals, and for clearing snow to find grass. But the main feature was the fur. A dense undercoat and long guard hairs made the mammoth invulnerable to temperatures as low as -60 degrees Celsius. Under the skin, a layer of fat 10 centimeters thick. This wasn't just an animal, it was a biological tank. And humans with wooden spears hunted this tank. So what do they hunt with? No guns, no bows, just stone, wood, and animal sinew. The main weapon, the spear. Wooden shaft, stone tip, bound with sinew. Length, 2 to 2.5 meters. But they didn't throw these spears like in the movies. They thrust them at close range. Getting within arm's reach of a wounded mammoth? That's adrenaline we can't even imagine. Later came the spear thrower, the atlatl. A piece of wood with a spur that extends the leva arm, allowing a spear to be thrown with tremendous force, an ancient bazooka. With it, a hunter could hit a target from 10 to 15 meters. There were also flint knives for butchering and scrapers for processing hides. Each tool took hours to make. A mistake could cost a finger, in a hunt, a life. But the most important weapon wasn't in their hands. It was in their heads. Hunting a mammoth alone? Suicide. So they hunted in groups, 10 to 15 people, sometimes more. Strategy 1, driving. People dug pits, camouflaged them with branches, or drove herds toward cliffs, into swamps, into narrow ravines where mammoths lost maneuverability. In 2022, archaeologists in Mexico found mammoth traps. 2 pits 2 meters deep, dug by humans 15,000 years ago. Inside, bones of 14 mammoths. This wasn't hunting one animal. This was industrial-scale slaughter. Strategy 2, isolating the weak. Hunters tried to separate calves, sick or old individuals from the herd. Mammoths protected their own, but if you cut off a calf, the mother might charge to help, falling into the trap herself. Strategy 3, fire. Humans used torches to scare animals and direct them where they wanted. Mammoths feared fire. Their brains were developed enough to understand danger. And finally, the kill. Once the animal was trapped or stuck in a swamp, hunters struck with spears at vital points, behind the front shoulder, into the belly, into the neck. This could take hours. We've been walking for 3 hours, wind in our faces, so the mammoths don't smell us. The herd is ahead, massive, calm. The elder gives a signal. We split, 2 groups, one from the left, one from the right. You grip your spear, palms sweating even in the cold. A bird call, the signal. You spring up and run, heart pounding in your throat. The plan worked. The herd is splitting. A young mammoth is separated from its mother. She roars, trying to reach him, but hunters with torches cut her off with fire. You see him, a juvenile, maybe 2 meters tall, terrified, alone. Now or never. We're driving him toward the ravine. Below, deep snow. He'll get stuck. The juvenile panics. He's faster than us, but we don't let him escape sideways. Screaming, waving spears, hurting. The edge. He stops, looks down, then at us. No choice. He's down there, thrashing in the snow, deep. Can't escape. Roaring, calling for his mother. She answers somewhere far away. Little time. Predators already smell blood. Finish it.
The hunt is over. The mammoth is down. Heavy breathing. Silence. The elder approaches you, puts a hand on your shoulder, nods. We did it. The elder gives the signal. Work begins. Some take out knives. Others prepare hides to wrap the meat. Everyone knows their role. The butchering is quick. Experienced hunters know how to remove the hide, how to cut the meat. You help others, rolling hides, gathering tusks. We work in silence, respecting the animal. In the distance, the mother's call. She's still there, won't leave. Everyone freezes for a moment, looking toward the sound. The elder raises his head. In his eyes, something ancient, understanding, sorrow. Then he returns to work. Time is short. Wolves are close. We hear them. We take meat, hides, tusks, leave the bones. We'll get them tomorrow if we can. Each carries as much as they can. We leave. You look back, the mammoth lies there in the snow, a dark silhouette against the white. In the distance, the mother still calls. You look toward her, then at the meat in your hands. The tribe will eat. You walk on.
How do we know all this? How can scientists reconstruct a hunt that happened 15,000 years ago? Archaeologists found the proof. Kostenki, Russia, a site 40 to 35,000 years old, one of the richest Stone Age settlements in the world. They found dwellings built from mammoth bones, walls made of skulls and tusks, roofs made of hides. People didn't just hunt mammoths, they lived among their remains. Entire villages made of bones. Schöningen, Germany, a peat bog that preserved wooden spears 300,000 years old. Perfectly sharpened, balanced, they could kill a mammoth. Ukraine, mass mammoth burials with butchery marks. Bones chopped, split, people rendered marrow, made tools. On many bones, there are cut marks from stone tools. This wasn't natural death. This wasn't predators. This was hunting. This was butchery. This was humans. Kostenki, Schöningen, Ukraine, Mexico, Poland, Siberia, across Eurasia and North America, archaeologists find evidence of mammoth hunting. For tens of thousands of years, humans and mammoths lived side by side. We hunted them. We used their bones for houses. We survived because of them. And then they disappeared.
One mammoth wasn't just food, it was an entire economy. Meat, 2 to 3 tons of pure meat. This could feed a tribe of 20 people for months. Meat was dried, smoked, frozen in permafrost, nature's freezer. Fat, dozens of kilograms of subcutaneous fat. Calories, fuel for fat lamps, protection from cold. Hide, from one mammoth, up to 20 square meters of hide. They made clothing, covered dwellings, fur was used for rope. Bones and tusks,
frames for houses, tools, spear points, even musical instruments. At Kostenki, they found bracelets made of mammoth ivory. One carcass provided everything needed to survive for months, so the risk was worth it. Woolly mammoths disappeared about 4,000 years ago. The last ones lived on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean, a dwarf population cut off from the mainland. They died out when the Egyptians were already building pyramids. Why did they vanish? Scientists debate. On one hand, climate change. Glaciers retreated, tundra turned to forest, mammoths lost their grazing land. On the other, humans. We hunted them for thousands of years. At sites across the world, mountains of bones with butchery marks. We were efficient, maybe too efficient. Today, we can only see mammoths in museums or in pictures. But when you look at those tusks, that fur, those bones, remember, once humans stood face to face with them and won. If you want to see how the people who hunted mammoths lived, watch our first video, A Day in the Life of a Cro-Magnon, and next episode, The Predators That Hunted Humans.
Subscribe to Prehistoric Nightmares. Our journey isn't over yet.